Tjena tjabba. Ska ta och börja med Final Fantasy 6. Ska bara ta upp en guide. Jag har spelat 6:an förr i min ungdom. Nej men så ung var jag väl inte. Jag hade nog flyttat till Umeå i alla fall, så kanske runt 2009, 2010. Ja. 15 år sedan kanske det var då, typ. Jag spelade Final 6. Jag spelade på Game Boy Advance. Jag hade fått en sån där, jag hade faktiskt fått en sån där romkassett, eller vad säger man, en sån här kassett som man själv kunde ladda in med rom, så trycka in en riktig GBA och spela. Sån hade jag fått. Så då tryckte jag in Final Fantasy 6 på den faktiskt och spelade. Och jag tog mig till sista stället, typ Kafkas Tower kanske, något sånt. Då splittras partyt upp i många, eller i 3 andra partyn. Och jag hade ju spelat med en och samma karaktär, eller ett och samma party hela spelet. Så de var ju fina levlar och alla andra gubbar var level 1 typ. Så det gick ju inget bra. Så var det så här, jag måste grinda upp levlar med mina andra gubbar. Det orkade jag aldrig göra. Eller det var så här, men jag tar en paus just nu, så grindade jag lite levels lite nu och då. Men det skedde aldrig. Så jag tog mig till sista området. Men jag har aldrig klarat ut spelet. Så nu tar vi revansch. Det här gör ju också att jag inte är så lika brydd längre att följa en guide. Det var ju trist att jag följde en guide i 5:an. 5:an hade jag aldrig spelat. Så det var ju tråkigt att på så sätt använda sig av en guide för att inte missa alla 1000 saker man kunde missa i en genomspelning. Men 6:an har jag spelat, även om det var länge sedan. Men nu startar vi spelet i alla fall. Vi kör. Let's go! Papp. Vilket intro. Eller vad var det? Står Final Fantasy 6, antar jag. Åh. Spooky. Händer det något mer eller? Ja, Fade to Black i alla fall. Här är ett intro, så startar vi timern. Nej. Jo, någonting händer. The ancient war of Magi, when its flame at last received only the cured husk of the world remained, even the power of magic was lost. Nu får vi tyvärr... In the 1000 years that followed, the iron gun and steam engines took the place of magic, and life slowly returned to the barren land. Nu får vi tyvärr ha den fula fonten tills ett tag här. Yet there now stands one who will reawaken the magic of ages past and use its dread powers as a means by which to conquer all the world. Could anyone truly be foolish enough to repeat that mistake? There's the city. Hard to believe an Esper has been found frozen there 1,000 years after the War of the Mag. Bah, probably just another wild goose chase. I don't know. They wouldn't have let us use her unless they were confident the intel was good. Ah, yes. Our witch. I heard she fried 50 of her magnetic armored soldiers in 3 minutes. Kinda makes your skin crawl, don't it? Relax. With that thing on her head, she's a mindless puppet. The girl won't even breathe unless we tell her to. We will approach from the east. Move out. Här har vi vacker musik. Nobuo Uematsu. Sedge. 8 minuter missat. God morgon, Rick. Den här musiken gör mig alltid tårögd. Tyckte den är så fin. Speciellt det finns en remix-version som heter på YouTube som heter Terra in Black. Den har gjort den ännu mer så här sorgsen. Den är riktigt fin men sorgsen. Ja, exakt. Nobuo Uematsu. Okej, ja, det var sådär. Ja, då får vi se om vi måste se om introt då. Jag trodde att spelet startade direkt faktiskt. New game då. Då får vi nog se om introt. Spela FF8. Ja, efter det här är det FF8 som är näst på tur i serien. Vi kan se det här igen. Bara för att se till så att vi inte missar något. Det gick ju att skippa, men jag vet inte vart vi skippar till. Men nu hoppas jag att det tar ett tag innan vi kör FF8. Eller något RPG överhuvudtaget. Jag är som lite less på RPG-genren just nu. Men jag vill ju, jag har ju som ett mål att spela men Final Fantasy-serien. Så det känns ju skönt att efter det här kunna säga nu har vi kört 1-7 plus 7an remake och 9an och 13 serien. Men det är 8an som är hålet just nu efter det här. Så det är 8an. Ja men exakt. 8 X, X2, 12, 15, 16. Precis. Så 8an är hålet nu. Nu lät det se. Ja, efter 6an här så kommer jag se vad omröstningen står på. Spela det spelet. Helt klart. Jag tror det var något Simple Mind-spel som låg i ledningen sist jag kollade i alla fall. Just det. Ja, men Biomutant är ju väl svenskutvecklat också. Det hade väl varit kul att spela faktiskt. Trofémässigt har jag för mig att det inte ska vara något svårt heller. Jag kan tvärkolla. Biomutant. Trophy Guide. Nej. Difficulty 3 av 10. En playthrough. 30 timmar. Tar lite tid, men det är inte svårt. Ja, det enda den här går igen så... Vad är omröstningen på just nu? Clockwork Tales of Glass and Ink är i ledning just nu. Det tror jag är något där mindless pusselspel. Ja, då kollar vi. Clockwork Tales. Ja, det fanns ingen trophy guide, men 78% av alla som har spelat det har platinum. Det är sjukt. Här. The girl takes point and don't waste time on the riffraff. Remember what we're here for. Let's move. Sen när du lägger det tillbaka att man kan flytta ett spel till en annan plats. Så... Jo, jag hör han och han verkar vara pratglad idag. Ja, alltså ordningen på den där listan gör ju ingen större skillnad. Jag kan nog lägga Biomutant på plats nummer 3 om du känner att det är en mer vinnande position. Det ska nog inte vara något problem. Okej, let's move. Close. Configuration. Battle speed. Very fast. Run. Boost. 4, 4, 4. Quick save. Ja, det får inte, jag får inte ändra nu. Imperial magic can take armor, but even Narshi is safe anymore. Guards. Vad får vi göra här? Aha. I kistor 3 items. Silver Lobo. Fler guards. Ja, de visar att man kan vara surrounded. Det här är en ny mechanic. Det här har aldrig tidigare skett i något Final Fantasy, tror jag. Defend the mines. Megalodon. Lärde poison. According to our source, some miners unearthed the frozen esper in a new shaft they were digging. This must be it. Heal. Abilities? Cure. I'll handle this, stand back. Where rats? Bio kanske inte funkar lite bra. Vi har 3 fiender vi ska fighta sånt här. We're rat. Bandit. Och spritzer. Det finns säkert i hela gruvan, men vi försöker hitta åt de här. Back attack. Behöver hitta spritzer. Side attack. Också nytt. Spritzer. Kan ta en quick save och fortsätta sen vi hittar spritzer på vägen. Hold it. These things, they must have trained it to guard the mines. What you're talking about? You know what this is? Ever heard of a lightning whelk? It's a monster that absorbs lightning and stores the energy in its shell. Right, so what do? Don't attack the shell. Got it. Han inte ens försvinna. Vänta. Okej, vi fick dem båda. Jag var rädd att vi inte skulle... Saknar fortfarande spritzer. Spritzer. Där ja. Nu är jag nöjd. So, this is the frozen Esper. Ja, vi kan inte göra. This thing's giving me the creeps. Something's not right. The frozen creature begins emitting an eerie light. Where's that light coming from? Wag. Hi. What was that? Wedge? Wedge, where are you? Hey, what's going on? Where am I? My, and I only just removed the crown. My head hurts. Easy there, this is a slave crown, the others were using it to control you. It was robbing you of your thoughts, making it so you would do whatever they told you. I can't remember a thing. Don't worry, it will all come back to you, in time that is. A mysterious young woman, born with the gift of magic and enslaved by the Castilian Empire. Absolut. Lycka till, Rick. Terra. Fun fact, Terra hette Tina i japanska spelet, i originalet. För att de ville ha något exotiskt västerländskt namn. My name is Terra. Impressive, I never heard of anyone recovering so fast. You must be made of tougher stuff than most. Open up. We're here for the Magic Tech Armor pilot. Open this door right now. Hand over that girl. She's an agent of the Empire. Empire? Magic Armor? There is no time to explain. You need to get out of here. These fools aren't going to listen to reason. This way, quickly. Oh. Första trofén. Sen verkar det vara på 10 000 gill och spöa 100 monster. Men vi tar den som nog är nästa storydrivna trofén som target. Vi ska ta ett item här. Elixir. Item. Sort. Inte så mycket. 4 platser. Ja. Make your way out of town through the mines. I'll try to buy you some time. Av 346. Då är vi på nästa kapitel. Up there. Två kistor ser jag. Ja, nu har vi spritt sig. Vad kan vi göra nu? Magi eller bara att vanliga attacks? Ja, vanliga attacks funkar bra. Phoenix down. Sleeping bag. Level 9. There she is. Oj. My sweet little magic user. Kafka. With this slave crown you will be all mine. Yeah, good. Burn them all to crisp. Soldiers of the Empire, we stand at the dawn of a new age. The lost power of magic has returned to us. We have been chosen. The time has come for us to claim our rightful dominion over the world. Nothing shall stand in our way. Hurrah! Long live Emperor Gestalt. Took you long enough. Busy with all the robbing and plundering, I presume. A treasure hunter and trade-worn traveler, searching the world over for relics of the past. Locke. I prefer the term treasure hunting. Ha, semantic nonsense. There's a huge difference. Jag tror det är 12 karaktärer allt som allt. Anyway, is there something you need me to do? There is indeed. I met the girl. Girl, you don't mean? The city guard is pursuing her as we speak. This city has the strength to stand up to the Empire, but it won't use it. The people are just too stubbornly independent to join an underground resistance group like the Returners. I tried to explain that the Empire was controlling the girl, but they wouldn't even listen. Alright, so you want me to get her out of North? That would be the idea. Make your way to Figaro for the time being. Soldaterna hade inte följt efter henne. Eller de kanske kommer nu. Ja. There she is. Wonderful. It's a whole bunch of them. Yippoo! Oh, Mogs. Muggles. Are you saying you want to help? Från tidigt här är FF6. Yippoo! Use us to protect Terra from the guards. Would you like it? Oh, sure. You fight using 3 different parties. Press the L2 button to switch between them. Defeat the leader of the guards before his troops reach Terra, or the battle is lost. Mukulin, Mogret, and Mogi. Trophy. Stone mithril knife. Det gick bra. Thanks Muggles, we are in your debt. Vi kommer tillbaka till staden där det ska finnas 3 kistor och en hidden item. This switch or boom. You're back with us now. You saved me. Save your thanks for the Muggles. Ugh. I can't remember a thing. It's like my mind's trapped in a fog. You lost your memory. A man said to come back eventually. So you got amnesia. Don't worry, I won't leave your side until your memory returns. I'm not gonna up and abandon someone just because they lost their memory. Keep you safe, I promise. Blink, 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 blink. Mithril knife. Då ska vi se. This school for the beginning, despite all of recent advances in technology, the outside world remains full of monsters we know little about. Here we provide advice to travelers brave enough to face its many dangers. This is Waterman records thing. Trevligt. This is a save point. Heather. Relics. Everything grant you better. Sprint shoes double in walking speed. The gauntlet is to hold a weapon with both hands to increase. The knight's code makes you shield others in combat. Dragoon boots allow you to perform jump. A person can carry up to 2 relics at the same time. Potions may taste funny, but they also heal injury. If you're hurt, drink one to restore some HP. Staying at an inn will completely heal your entire party. Be careful, sometimes monster lurks inside of treasure chests. The button you press to talk to me is the confirm button. Press cancel to go back. If you press hold cancel, you can dash. Ja, eller nu går jag ju. Jag har dash. When selecting armor, the shop next. An upward triangle indicates an increase in attack or defense power. A downward decrease. No change issue. A symbol beneath means that the person is currently in here. But to move forward, change court with left right. Yeah. L2 to change the view. But the bird will return to its pen as soon as it can. Monster in a box. You might find this room more useful after you gain some experience out in the world. A lot of things you'll hear in here might not make much sense until you got on your feet wet. Invisibility, misuse, but spells will always strike true. Imp, special magic, zombies, attack friendly for alive, only hold water and cure. Your HP is 0 and you're still moving, there's a good chance you're a zombie. Yeah. Image status criterion image can make it difficult for enemies to hit. Fire, ice, and lightning are the 3 principal elements. Fire, blizzard, and thunder. The reflect spell remains active for only a short time, will not reflect certain lower magic. Allow me to take a few of this. Runic, absorbs magic, turns it into MP. Runic remains active until a spell is absorbed or another battle command is given. Trance boosts attack and magic. The duration increases more battles are fought. Dance and Rage, once selected, these commands are used continuously until the end of the battle. Re-raise automatically revives a character if they get knocked out. Regenerate their resources. Undead creatures also ghost or damage with cured spells and items. That can bring us in every critical wounded characters may occasionally perform powerful hidden techniques when you select attack. Something to note about the reflect. Reflect doesn't block spells that have already been reflected once. You can use this to your advantage. Cast reflect on an ally, then cast attack spells on them on the same person who bounce at an enemy. Get it? Bushido technique can be unleashed only after the required power for the skill in question has built up. You can select actions for other characters while power builds up. Take potion. If you set the battle mode to wait in the config, you can take all the time you want to select spells or items in battle without having to worry about being attacked. Blue, reflect. Yellow, protect, defense is increased. Green, shell, magic is increased. Red, haste, speed is increased. White, slow, speed is decreased. Pink, stop, time is frozen. The white numbers appear during battling this damage. Green numbers are for recovering health. Damage received by characters in the back row is halved, but so is their attack power. Formation. When you select one character from that menu, you can swap the order of the 2 characters. Damage is more severe when enemies have you surrounded, especially if you got your back to the attacker. You can flee from us by holding at the same time, and they go use the command skip. Turn, move to the next in line. L2 R2 to target all enemies. or allies. The defend command halts the damage received, stays in effect until another command is entered. Sleeping bag. Mycket visste vi om det redan. Jag tror inte vi tar oss in. Nej, det är ju vakter. Då säger vi väl hightail to South Figaro. Ja, exakt. Okej, 4 nya. Fyra nya monster. Leaf Bunny. Där är det Dark Wind vi saknar. De två andra är tydligen i öknen. Där ja. Så går vi in i öknen. Alacran och Sandray. Tack, det vi behövde. Miss. Figaro Castle. 9 kistor, men vi verkar bara kunna nå 4 just nu. Halt. Oh, it's you. Proceed. Ska titta. Throne room. You mean this young woman is? Who are you? Oh, my apologies. How rude of me to turn my back to a lady on our very first meeting. The young king of Figaro Castle, imperial ally and champion of the technological revolution. Edgar. I am Edgar, the king of Figaro. Surprised that someone like me knows a king. Well, I catch you two later. So you're an imperial soldier, right? Don't worry, Figaro and the Empire are allies. Feel free to rest here for as long as you would like. It's not in my blood to harm a lady. Why are you being so kind to me? Is it because of my abilities? I give you 3 reasons. First on, your beauty has captivated me. Second, I'm dying to know if I'm your type. I guess your abilities will rank a distant third. What's the matter? Guess my technique's getting a bit rusty. I suppose some girls would have felt something from those words. But not me. Auto crossbow. Phoenix down. Long needle. Redan nu har vi 10 000 gel. Check the potions. Potions, antidotes. Nu spelar jag Bioblaster. Det här är tydligen något speciellt monster. Det finns 8 stycken såna här. Det har vi 3 av dem. Rest for a bit, sure. A king showers his attention on women, young, old, pretty, or plain. No one is safe. Not too long ago, the king tried to hit on the high priestess. Oh, did you ever let him have it? I'm sure he's made a pass or two at you already, hasn't he? Edgar has his twin brother, you know. He was such a nice boy, always thinking of his family. Edgar, what's wrong? What's wrong with that? Why is everything talking about the successor? Are you blind? Haven't you seen how thin his face has become? What do you mean? Edgar. Are you crying? Edgar's twin brother who traded the throne for his own freedom. Sabin. Ah yes, Sabin. I'm sure he's a fine young man by now. He was just a boy when he left, even smaller than his brother. I often wonder where he is now and what he's doing. His major said he married me when I got old enough. The Castilian Empire has already overthrown all 3 of the other nations on the southern continent. It's only a matter of time before they make their way up here. Well, how do you like my castle? King Edgar, there's someone from the Empire here to see you, sire. Kefka, no doubt. Phooey, Emperor Gestalt's stupid orders. Edgar, you pinhead, why do you have to live out in the middle of a stinking desert? These record jobs are the pit. There's sand on my boots. All gone, sir. Pathetic idiots. Sir Kefka, what in the world brings you? Out of my way. You wouldn't be thinking of invading my kingdom next, would you? We have an alliance. An alliance with this miserable little sap, don't make me laugh. I hear you've been busy down south, taking over a country or three. Just what is the Empire up to? It's not of your concern. What brings Emperor Gestalt's own court mage, Kefka, to my humble castle? A girl of no importance recently escaped from us. We heard she found refugee here. This wouldn't have to do with that witch everyone's been whispering about, would it? Lies. She merely stole something of minor value. Is she here? That's a tough tone. Tough one. There are more girls in here than grains of sand in the desert. A man couldn't possibly keep track of them all. Oh, Edgar, you know you only stand to lose by trying to hide her from us. I truly hope nothing happens to your precious Figaro. I didn't like the sound of that. Where's Terra? Take her to her room. I would love to stay and chat, but the Chancellor and I have some planning to do. Being a king is not all tea and crumpets. Now, if you will excuse me. Follow me. These ancient ones wielded a force known as magic. Those who mastered art were called magi. Scholars all over the world are busy studying magic, but you can only learn so much about something without seeing it. The advanced weapons and other items were manufactured here. A ship to South Figaro. Sorry I didn't mean to drag you around like this without giving you a chance to rest. I'm Locke, right? Edgar told me about you. Is it true you are a thief? I'm a treasure hunter. On the surface, Edgar pretends to support the Empire. Truth is, he's collaborating with an underground resistance group called the Returners. I serve as their go-between. The old man you met in Norsh is one of us too, the Empire, but I'm an Imperial soldier. Not anymore, they were using you, that's all. Things are different now. It's just, I don't know what I should do. Whenever I try to think, it just makes my head hurt even worse. All that matters is that you make your own decisions from now on. Try not to think too hard right now. You will know what you want to do when the time comes. But how will I know which choices is right? What in the... What's going on? It's the Empire, Kefka here. What do you think you're doing? Get her ready. Yes, sire. Had a change of heart. Means I have no choice. Or perhaps I do. Oh my, the brave and noble king abandoned his people to save his own skin. How utterly delightful. Jump. Alright, sink her into the sand. Oh. Figure die mode engaged. Witness the glory of Figaro. Go, kill them. What's the matter, Edgar? What made you jump like that all of a sudden? Did you see what I saw? You did, right? Right? Yeah, the kid's really something, huh? Really something? That was magic. Magic! Remember magic? He used magic? Terra? Your name was Terra, right? What exactly was that just now? I'm sorry, No, we're the ones who should be apologizing. I didn't mean to make such a big deal out of it. Nor did I, it just surprised me. I mean, I've never actually seen magic before. Where did you? Doesn't matter, does it, Edgar? Terra can use magic and we can't. That's all there is to it. The fact is, her magic could really help us right now. Thank you, Loki. Thank you, Edgar. A wink? Ha ha ha. It's good. Bravo, Figaro. Son of a sandworm, you will pay for this. That was great. Were those bad people? I'm scared. There's someone we'd like you to meet. Like I told you before, we're members of the Returners. Would you be willing to meet our leader? Magic is going to be the key to winning this war. Magic. That Esper reacted to her magical powers. There's got to be a relationship. I don't know any more than you do. These powers just came naturally to me. But no human is born with the powers you have. Forgive me. What should I do? The Empire will be coming after us. They want your powers for their own. And if they get them, the world is done for. Terra, you want to understand your own powers, don't you? Then I think you should meet with Bannon. He may be able to help you find out more about why you have them. Please, Edgar's right. There's a cave just south of here that leads to South Figaro. Let's head in that direction. Oj, det här var lite annorlunda. Chocobo stable. Ja, då har vi den. Okej, den här grottan har 3 nya monster. Hooper, Urok och Hornet. 11, 12, 13. 3 kistor också. King Egg där. Where are you headed, sire? Through the cave and eastward to South Figaro. We then make for the returner headquarters in the north. Return to the castle and pass the word along. Understood, sire. Take care. Recovery spring. Poison. How to crossbow. Okej. Det var Hornet och Hoppers, tror jag. Ur och kvar. Ja, Hornet och Hoppers. Ur och kvar då. Se om det finns någon urok på den här våningen. Där ja, urok. Så. Jag ser 2 kistor. Där är en kista också. Heather. Bra, levla och bli starkare. Det var alla kistor. Det var hela dungeonen, verkar det som. Så vi ska bara ta oss igenom dungeon nu. Ja, 3 nya monster finns nu här. Belmodar, Nu och Anseli. Så vi försöker hitta de 3. Där är Belmodar. Terralearned Drain. Tillbaka till att marker... Eller vi är tillbaka till att klasser har försvunnit som där karaktärer. Unseal. Och att de levlar magi. Ja, där kom den. Där var Mu kvar. Där kommer Mu. Så. Så Figaro. 13 kistor, 10 items. Vi verkar kunna nå en 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 stycken hidden items just nu i alla fall. Okej, här har vi en. 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 Right, ignore us and maybe we just disappear. Back of lock, that guy looks familiar. He comes and goes like the wind, swearing allegiance to no one. Hidden behind his wintry gaze lies a face known to none who live. Shadow. Yeah, that's Shadow, right? He's an assassin. He would kill his own best friend for the right price. Guess we better steer clear of him. Har vi triggat den sekvensen. Ocean. Great sword, så får ni. Så. Den verkar inte ha, Härben verkar inte ha något extra. Jag köper 3 ändå. Relics, ja. Ja. Teleport stone. Ocean. Bring me some cider. Okej, vi är klar med alla hidden items vi kan göra nu. Upgrade your equipment, purchase sprint shoes. Double my order. Snyggt. Relics can grant you a variety of builds. For example, sprint shoes, double your walking speed. A gauntlet, nej, det var redan läst. Prevent darkness. Prevents poison. Petrification. Cover. Tattoo jewel ring, tror jag. Whip. Nej, vi får själv välja. Okej, sprint shoes. Petrification och bra. Exit town. Hur mår vi förresten? Vi kan sova lite. Vi ska till Duncans cabin nu. Jag kan ta en bensträckare, hämta en frukt. Hallå igen. Vi fortsätter. Duncan's Cabin. Ett item. Hört någon cutscene. What's that smell? Potion. Så. Next dungeon. Mount Cold. 4 nya monster. Sagram, Trillium, Gorgias och Siripius. 4 kistor. Gorgias, Siripius hittas här ute. Okej, Encounters kanske inte har börjat än. Nej. Okej. Sagram. Siripius. Så vi kan få den där Gorgias också. Yes, ja. Det var ju back attack, men oj. Det är bara Trillium som saknas. Det är väl det är ett vapen, men jag tror ingen vill ha den. Jo, jäklar. Ganska kraftigt upgrade. Oj, den här gör ont. Abilities magic. Igas glove. Jag vet inte om hans attack. Kanske där. Han anfaller i alla fall med garanterat med vapen. Så. Saknar fortfarande Trillium. Kom väl förr eller senare. Så hoppar det där. Back. Bro också. Brum. Side attack. Okej, en bro jag inte ser. Han hoppar ner. Jaha. Jag har inte så mycket. Ja, nu verkar man ska hitta trillium. You can now find the trillium bestiary. Där ja. Då har vi alla. Just det. Har vi någonting som cure poison? Ja, det hade vi. Tack. Ta en. Jag måste ta den här vägen. Det var svårt att se på kartan. Mm. Back attack. Hitta gärna någon relic som prevents back attacks eller i alla fall minskar risken. Sabin sent you, didn't he? You were the one sneaking around us the whole way up here, weren't you? And if I was? Vargas. Well, it doesn't matter who you are. I have no intention to surrender. Woe is the day you met me. It will be the last day of your lives. Jail cut. Enough of this. I send you all to the great beyond. That's enough, Vargas. Ah, it isn't Sabin. Why, Vargas? Why did you kill Master Duncan? How could you murder your own father? The fool snubbed me, his only son. He chose you as his successor. That's not true, our master. It's true and you know it. It's written in that ugly sneer across your face. He wanted you to be his successor, not me. He knew you had the most potential. Sick of listening to your lies. I got far more than just potential. Why don't you see for yourself? Blizzard Fist. Ah, Sabin. My father was right to see so much in you. I guess there's no avoiding this. Fate made us train together, and now fate will send you to your doom. Doomfist. Now. Get ready to join your beloved master. Blitz. Ray. Forever. Time to put an end to this. I need to use a blitz technique, like the master taught me. Ja, hur många skulle säga det där? Arg. You already learned that technique. Only you hadn't been so consumed by pride. Sabin. Edgar, my brother? Brother? You're his twin brother? His brother? At first I thought you were another one of Vargas' bears. You thought I was a bear? I guess I take that as a compliment. Anyway, Edgar, what are you doing? We are on our way to the Saber Mountains, to the Returners hideout, no doubt. So the wheels are finally turning. I've been watching from a distance, hoping the world would come to its senses. The way things are going, I was afraid Figaro will end up as a puppet state. A means of striking back has presented itself. There will be no more playing a lapdog to the Empire. I'm through with that act. Think a bear like me could be of any help? Sabin, you would join us? I think Duncan will rest easier knowing his training helped bring peace to the world. Well then, let's get going. Quick save. En kista kvar. Den är väl här. Jajamän. Hänt. Just det, Sabin. Okej. Får jag starta den? Exit the cave. Exit the mountain. Attack. Kör. Eller ja, vänta. Blitz. Blast a singer with the bolt of holding. Hurls a singer into the ground. Så nu när vi använder auto battle, då kommer han att göra den där varje gång nu utan att jag behöver göra någonting. Testar. Ja, han gör Rage Fist direkt. Så spännande. Vi går in här. Turner's Hideout. En affär finns här. 6 kistor, 3 items. King Edgar, this way please. Bannon, we brought her with us. So, this is the girl, the one to whom the Esper responded. Esper. It seems the Empire had complete control over her. Carrier pigeons have kept me informed. I also heard that she wiped out 50 Imperial soldiers in mere minutes. No, that's not. Terra, for heaven's sake, Bannon, the girl doesn't remember anything. Hiding from the truth won't change it. Perhaps you have heard this story before. Once, when people were still pure and innocent, there was a box they were told never to open. But someone went and opened it anyway, and so unleashed all the evils we know today. Pride, envy, greed, wrath, gluttony. The only thing that remained in the box was a single ray of light, hope. Your power is a gift, not a curse. No matter what happens, you must remember that. You are this world's last ray of light, our final hope. Bannon. I'm grown weary with the hour. Allow me to rest for a while. Phoenix down. The Empire took someone important from me. I hated it ever since. If no one stands up to the Empire, more people will be left like me. That's why I joined the Returners. But there's no one important in my life. I have no family, no friends. That's not true. And if it was, I'm sure there are people who feel you are important to them. Those people could be counting on you. Air Knife, Phoenix down, Knight's Code. Oh wait. Det var mer saker här. Antidotes, Ether. White cape. Prevents imp and silence. Oj. Det är vi nu. En kista och ett item kvar. Ja, bra med saker här. Green cherry. I don't know what to tell you, but I do know that I trust my brother completely. He's always thought of my needs before his own, ever since we were little. I think you should trust him too. But don't tell him I said that. He turned red as a tomato. It's not easy asking so much of you, and if we force our ideas on you, we know different from the Empire. So, we want you to decide for yourself. Rookie treasure hunter. Nice. Banon, he went outside just a moment ago. Have you made your decision? Will you become our last ray of hope? No. I see. Celebration, but 2 minutes have been lost to the Empire while we stand here to do nothing. Please, let us just think this relic will help you keep Genjula. We need your help. Ban on again and accept. Yes. But I'm scared. We will succeed if we all work together. Never give us up hope. I have a plan. Will you please gather everyone together? Väldigt mycket story här i början. Well then, we all know that the Castilian Empire is using its magitech power to wage war. The question is, where did they get that power? Lock dig around for information. It seems the Empire has been gathering scholars from around the world to study espers. Norse's esper was the reason for the Imperial assault there. Are you saying there is some kind of connection between espers and magitech? Espers and magitech, only one possible link comes to mind. You don't mean the war of the magi? No, that's impossible. My grandma used to tell me bedtime stories about magical machines. Hard to believe those stories were true. You're saying we're on the verge of a second war of the magi? It's only a guess. The war took place 1,000 years ago, and every historian has different hypotheses. But one says that energy drained from espers was used to power machines, and that ordinary humans were also infused with that same energy. So that's what magitech power is. If we're going to fight magitech enemies, we need magitech weapons of our own. No, that would bring about another war of the magic. Then what do you propose? I was wondering if you might be able to have a chat with an esper. With an esper. It's risky, but that esper reacted to Terra before. If we could get it to react to her again, we just might be able to wake it up. Do you really think that will work? I can't say for sure, but I believe it's our best shot. course, we can't do anything without Terra's help. Terra. I will do it. I'm not entirely sure I understand the plan, but what the heck? This sounds like it will be fun. What was that? The noise just now. Bannon, sir. South Figaro. What's wrong? What's happened? The Empire is taking South Figaro. They are headed this way. So they have found us. We haven't a moment to lose. Look, I know. Someone has to sneak into South Figaro to slow down the enemy, right? This is right up your alley. We are counting on you. Terra, wait for me. I won't be gone long. And watch out for certain Lekeros, young king, we shall remain nameless. The guy moves in like a hawk. Block. Edgar. Old habits die hard, eh? What about us? We can escape down the Leaf River and make our way to Norch. I'm curious about that Esper they found in the mines. Very well. I'm ready to raft by the back entrance. It's risky, but we don't have much of a choice at this point. It's not safe here. Come with us to Norch. It could be a chance for you to gain a better understanding of your abilities. We have no time to dilly-dally. Let's make for Norch. Prevailing hope. Ja, det är den här trofén som kommer härnäst. I storymässigt då. Oracle Bannon. Ja, vi kan inte göra. Han är låst. Så Figaro. Ja. Pisteria är 26. Yes. Det verkar vara on point. 3 nya monster, Leslopros, Exocyte och Nautiloid. Head towards Norch while protecting Bannon at all costs. If Bannon falls in battle, the journey is all over. The first split. Fuse. Leslopros Exocyte. Då är det bara en Nautiloid kvar. Straight or right? Ta straight då. Och där har vi den där. You will arrive at the cave with a save point. Det var en lång tur. Ska välja vänster i nästa val vi får. Ba, 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 ba. Hey, what have we got here? You're up to creek without a paddle. Det är ganska OP. Ouch! Seafood soup is not on the menu. Oh, that's one tasty one. I love to get my tentacles around her. Slurp. Splush. Glub glub. Think it got the point? I wouldn't bet on it. It's probably just hiding down there. Ew! Something stuck on my leg. Did I get away from there? You should be alright now. 8-armed freak. I'm gonna smash it with a blitz. No, Sabin. Out of my way, Edgar. Well, he's always been a bit rash. Sabin. Oh, he will be fine. For sure, Bannon. You're his brother. Should know better than any of us. And a second now he will flop back up onto the raft right as the rain. Wow. Think he missed the onto the raft part. Haha. Sabin, you're on your own. Sabin. Vilket Messi behövde svara på, undra. Ja, det har varit nytt. Ja, måste svara på dessa meddelanden. Ja, försöker väl. Edgar and Terra raced towards Narsh while protecting Baron. But what of Sabin was swept away by the raging waters? And how is Loki faring after having penetrated the Empire's defenses? Is all going according to plan? Choose your next adventure. Ja, choose a scenario. Guiden säger att det spelar ingen roll, man ska göra alla tre hur som helst. Men guidens nästa steg är Terra-scenario. Så ta den. With the Empire's troops in hot pursuit, Banner and Terra ride the rapids toward North, but the going won't be easy. Attack tools. Tack. Ja. Guiden säger vad det var, åka med flotten. Det är inte så mycket annat du kan göra. Terra Land Race. Snyggt. North. When Locke first rescued me, we came out of the mines right around here. He filled with something. Yes, it only a twisty stone like so, and okej, vi har 5 nya monster här inne, verkar det som. Och en kista. Where at? Det var ett gammalt monster. Är det någon monster här förresten? Nej, inga monster i stan. Här har vi 2 nya. Valor och Wild Rat. Då har vi dem fixade. Yes. Ska komma ihåg det där. Ja, guiden vill att man failar just to be on the safe side. You get to spectre and dark side. Okej. Vänta nu. Var är vi? Guiden säger något konstigt. Go through the maze to enter the next room. Det har vi gjort. Head north, then go west. Det måste ju vara fel skrivet. Det finns ingen west här att gå. Proceed to the south. Jag antar att du menar den här. Och Kipopo. Ja, det är den här kistan de pratar i alla fall om. Rune Blade. Exit the Dungeon. Spritzer. Det var den gamla. Bannon, King Edgar, and Terra 2. Arvis, how do things stand here in Norwich? Same as always. The town's neutral. I've tried to convince them to side with the returners, but it's no use. Of course, maybe with you and the King of Figaro here. How are the townspeople? Everyone's been a little on the edge since the Esper was discovered. We believe Terra may be able to help us get answers to our questions about Esper. Well, the townspeople still have plenty of questions of their own. If we approach them in the right way, there's a good chance they will agree to let her see it. That Esper is either going to save us or dig us an early grave. Choose a scenario. Okay. Ja. Lock verkar de gå på här. Locke has worked hard to stymie the efforts of the Imperial troops in South Figaro, but now he desperately needs to escape. Fem nya monster, Heavy Armor, Merchant, Commander, Cadet och Vector Hound. 2 hidden items och 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13 treasure sets. Just they're gonna make tracks and get to Norwich. Det är inte sprint shoes tycker jag. White cape kan du ta istället. The heavy armor enemies too much. Just leave it for now. Testa. Ja, vi tog den. Snyggt. Item shop vill han gå in i. Oh. Stay for those arms, they kill you talking to them. You're that infamous thief, aren't you? Oh no, that's plain rude. I'm a treasure hunter, and don't you forget it. Boom, the hat. Stone is close too. Okay, here we go. Yeah, a little tight, but the price was right. Wow! Birthday suit. Why did I always have to go and open my mouth? Right? Okay, go ahead. Oj, fine. Okej, jag tänkte att man skulle skälla. Wow. Vad är de för nummer de här? Ja, de där två har ingen nummer. Men 25 och 26 har vi missat. Town's entrance. Enter the pub. Go upstairs. Take the stairs. Proceed north. Kunstig. Tillbaka till han som vill ha cider. Vad händer med att prata nu? Ja. Så det bara så här, oj. Där. Nej. Så ja. Ah, cider. Secret passage. Well, yes, there is a tunnel from here to the mansion on the north end of town. Go downstairs, tell my grandson the password is I forget. Courage. Jag gillar inte att jag inte har fått fightats med. Ingen musik. You can remove. Remove disguise. Yes. Hyper wrist. Strength. Cost haste. Jag vill fightas mot någon så att jag har gjort det. Kan jag få fightas lite? Vända mig hit. Jag har gjort en quick save. Det var inte meningen. Eller ja. Jag gjorde sådär. Säg bara att åter ett scram. Ja, det är fan man vill sno grejerna. Det vill jag inte. Ja, kanske bara gå tillbaka då. Och jag har inte healat nu, kommer gå. Så det kan nog gå dåligt. Ja. Back to square one. Load quick save. I know I've seen her before. Wait a second, she's one of Empire's generals. This is what happened to traitors. A magic knight forged by the Empire and tempered in battle. None have ever truly known the woman beneath the generous guise. Celeste. So the mighty Celeste has fallen. Not so as far as those who use their strength to oppress the weak. Quiet. Kefka's planning to poison every last man, woman and child in the kingdom of Doma. Shut up. Run that mouth of yours while you still can. Your execution's tomorrow. Keep a close eye on her. Yes, sir, I can stand guard for days without sleep. Gömt oss i taket. Just keep looking. And you are? Name's Loki. I'm with the returners. You're a returner? I'm, or at least was, General Celes. Now I'm nothing but a traitor. Well, let's get going. You would take me with you? No, I can barely walk. I will never make it out of here. I appreciate it, but even if you got me out, you wouldn't be able to protect me. I'm better off waiting here for the executioner. At least that's the way I keep my pride. I will protect you. Trust me, you'll be fine. Wink. Let's go. Wait. This soldier might have something on him that could help us get out of here. Take it. Obtained all the clock key. More zoom. And some bread too. Save points, ja i och för sig, ja. $500 gil. 1000 gil. Empty. Iron armor. Här har vi de här som jag behöver. Runic. Vad är Runic för något? Jag vet inte. Du kan Magic. Ah. Field Research Basic. Nice. Heavy shield, Great sword. Commanders. Det är hunden jag har kvar. Där kommer hunden. Då har vi hittat alla entries. Ribbon. Precis. Ribbon är sjukt bra. I alla spel. Fler ribbons till folket. Lidde. Earring. Tretton, 10 av 10. Snyggt. Miss. Selas är väl inte i back row? Nej. Nej. Why are you helping me? You remind me a lot of someone. What's it matter anyway? I'm helping you because I want to. Tada! Okej, här verkar vi ha 3 nya monster. Karatagra, Acrophies och Goldbear. Learn Libra. Trevligt. Oj. Goldbear. Ja, Goldbear hade vi. Det är Karatagra kvar. Där har vi den. Har vi fått alla dem? Ja. What is that? Something's coming through the wall. Tunnel armor. If that thing hits us with its magic, they will be scrubbing 2 big scorch marks off the wall. That's what we're supposed to do. Don't worry, I'll draw its magic with my runic blade. And you will be okay. Just you watch. Runic. Bara melee-attacker so far. Det är tydligen slutet av detta kapitel. Looks like we are finally in the clear. Just det, jag har en extra beast där eftersom jag tog den där soldaten. What dire fate has befallen Sabin, who leapt from the raft after the fight with the Ultros? Okej, 4 nya monster. Stray Cat, Nettlehopper, Iperinus, Chibi Rabbit. Det var inte bara lite den skickade statusen. Ja, ta de där 4 nya då innan vi gör någonting. Chippy Rabbit och Iperinus. Okej, då är det Stray Cat och Nettlehopper kvar då. Ska på den här planes. Morgon Goliath. Allt väl med dig? Nice. Oj, några planer för denna tisdag? inget. Skönt. Kan jag tycka. Jag letar just nu lite fiender. Nyss vart på möte. Okej. Vad var det för möte? Om jag får fråga. Jag hittar inte min katt. Händer ifall vi går ner till skogen. Några andra monster här kanske. Titta. Min katt. Har bara Nettle Hopper kvar. Oj oj. Jag får ta och använda potions efter det här tror jag. Om jag överlever det här. Copyrighted. Okej. Yes Fox. Här är det ont. Var på det berömda håret. Items. Ja, vi försöker hitta Nettle Hopper i alla fall. Vi har en fiende kvar att hitta. Back attack. Snark. Alltså jag... var är den? Vi behöver våra Nettle Hopper. Level upp. Levlat 2 levlar var på att gå och söka den. Stranden kanske? Hej. Var är min hoppe? Ja. Vi går in i staden. Det verkar inte vara så mycket att göra där faktiskt. Are you a traveler too? You don't happen to know how I could get to North, do you? I got separated from my friends. The Empire set up a camp just beyond the forest to the east. The Empire? What are you doing here? They seem to have their eyes on Doma Castle. So Doma's next, huh? But I need to get to North right away. Your only road passes through Doma. I can take you there if you like. Just know that I may decide to leave you at any time. Yes. Death is only ever a step behind me. Hello. Ta lite grejer. Här. Jaha. Genji Glove gör så att man får dual wheel där om man vill. Spännande. Ja, de andra var inte så där jätte... I run a mobile item shop of sorts. You're not from around here, are you? Take a look. Köp lite potions igen. Throw. Oh. Köp några ifall vi ska kasta. Köp några sådana, så har vi. Talk to the old man. You, the clockmaker? I've been waiting for ages. No, I'm not the clockmaker. There she is, hanging up on the wall over there. Ain't been ticking for a year now, or was it 5 years? Shucks, maybe it's been 10. I don't remember. Grass 50 feet high out back. When fix the stove on the double. Then you must be... Did you fix my bed? Okej, nu har vi pratat med den här i alla fall. Da. Oh. Jag har fortfarande inte hittat... Där är den. Nettlehopper. Så. Smart saver. Imperial camp. An Imperial camp, there are an awful lot of soldiers here. Hey, did you hear? Oh, you mean? Shh, keep your voice down. If Kefka catches us, we're toast. They say Kefka's plotting to oust General Leo and take command of the army. Don't even joke about something like that. If that freak becomes our general, I will quit. Shh, but if he hears you, you'll be locked up. Alright. Oh, here goes. Quick, back to your post. Hey you keeping sharp lookout? Yes sir, Kefka sir. What a pleasant surprise. How are you today, sir? Please spare me your pretty small talk, just do your job. And don't let me catch you slacking or I make you regret being born. Like we're gonna listen to you pompous little... What's wrong with that guy anyway? It's like General Leo got all the good qualities a man could have, and Kefka got stuck with the leftovers. Shh, I just told you to keep it down. How many times are you gonna make me say it? You gotta be more careful. General Leo may be a decent man, but Kefka, that guy is twisted. Tell me about it. You there, we're about to storm the castle. The two of you will join the assault squad. Get moving. Okej, 2 monster här då. Captain och Imperial Soldier. Charge. It's hopeless, we can't keep them out for long. So this is it. Wait. The battle is not yet lost. A noble warrior of a foreign land, a faithful retainer to his lord and master, he fears not even death. Cyan. Yes. If we can but fell their commander, they should break rank and withdraw. I shall meet him on the field of battle. Sir Cyan, please defeat their commander. Imperial Soldiers. Vad är Bushido? Blurry. Så. Talk to the captain. Black belt. The captain's been defeated. Retreat. Withdraw into the castle. We shall wait within its walls while our enemies grow tired without. Okej, då har vi Imperial Camp. Här har vi Imperial Soldier, Templar och Satellites. Och 4 kistor också. Say often, Sean Shadow will leave the party at any moment. We can still recruit him later, but we need him for now. Doberman. Okej, det är med quick save så vi inte tappar Shadow. Fightas. Oj, Magic Armor. Vad är en grej? De grejerna. General Leo, sir, the Domans appear content to play a waiting game, so they're using their favorite strategy. General, we're ready to storm the castle as soon as you give the order. Patience, if I attack now, there will be too many unnecessary casualties. But General, I'm prepared to lay down my life for the Empire at any time. You're from Miranda, aren't you? Are you not? I mean, yes, sir, I am, but why do you ask, sir? You would have me go there and deliver the news of it passing to your family? What would I say when I handed them your sword? How could I even look at them? You're a human being before you're a soldier. Don't be so eager to throw away your life. Emperor Gestahl won't want you to die for nothing. Yes, sir. Yeah, alright, thanks, Moff. Hope you have a great day. General Leo, sir. A carrier pigeon arrived from Emperor Gestahl. What? The Emperor summons me. I must return at once. Understood, sir. I will leave the rest in your hands. Yes, sir. Listen to me. Don't rush things. That's all I ask. Sir, leave it to us, sir. Don't let me down. So that's General Leo. He may be an enemy, but he seems like a decent man. Här kommer Kefka. Once Leo's gone, I can turn this water into a flowing river of poison. Anyone touches it will be pushing up daisies. Hehehe. I'm afraid the Emperor has called me back home. Try not to cause any trouble in my absence. I will take care of things faster than you ever would. Nothing dirty, Kefka. They may be our enemies, but they're still human beings. Try not to forget that. We need not to show mercy to those who side with the returners, which is good, because I never seem to have any of the stuff. Yes, you just go off and I'll be a good little boy. Is the poison ready? But General Leo said, Leo's not here anymore. I'm in charge now, so fork it over. Some of our people are being held prisoner inside the castle. If any of them were to drink the water, who cares? They're the ones who were stupid enough to get caught by the enemy. You're inhuman. Gah. Pests at every turn. Guess I will have to take care of you. Ouch. Kefka, wait. Wait, he says. Do I look like a waiter? You just don't give up, do you? Ouch. Kefka, wait. Wait, it says, do I look like a waiter? God, how long do you expect me to put up with this? Next time I won't hold back. Monster in a box. Satellite. Yeah, I got Berserk. Templar vet jag inte om jag tagit. Green Beret. Mithril Love. Nu är den där kistan då. Måste jag ju prata med Kefka igen. You hear nothing beats the sweet music of hundreds of voices screaming in unison. Hihihi. Jag är rädd att jag måste ladda om. Sir Cyan. There's a great deal of activity in the Imperial camp. They may be preparing another assault. Does the water not look a bit odd? Sir Cyan. It must be poison. What low down contemptible. We must warn the king. Okej, det där tyckte jag inte om. Att tillbaka våran quick save och lista ut ett sätt hur vi tar oss till kistan. Finns det en... Ja, det fanns en trappa där. Okej. Barrier ring. Ja, det gör vi om där. Då är jag nöjd. Då gör vi om där bara. Inga konstigheter. Jag bara trycka för vi har ju precis läst det. Must be poison. Must warn the king. Så. Vi Cyan då. French poison. Barrier. Black belt. Counter låter jättebra. French poison låter också jättetrevligt. Då ska vi se. Ett hidden item finns det här. Eller som vi kan ta i alla fall. To the king with all haste. Yes, the throne room is just ahead. Your Majesty, Who's there? Cyan, Your Excellency. Oh, Cyan, my sight is failing. I cannot see your face. Excellency, please, you must be strong. Cyan, you have defended this realm since the days of my father before me. I thank you for your service. Forgive me. I failed to protect our kingdom. No, Excellency, the fault lies not with you. I fear for your family. Oh, my chest burns with every breath. Speak not, my lord. Save your strength. Go to your family. Excellency. Sir Cyan. There may still be survivors in the castle. Let's split up and search. Remedy. Elaine, do not leave me, Elaine. This is unpardonable. Pardonable. Wayne. Inte barnet också. No. This is not possible. This cannot be happening. Barnet dog. I will not forgive them. The Empire must pay for this. I'm Cyan, retainer to the King of Doma. Enemy, all men to your positions. 7. Let me give you a hand. I know not thy name or allegiance, but I welcome thine aid. Repeat this a couple of times. A toughen and it will appear. I will poison the river. Look, I think we're gonna have to do this together. The thought had occurred to me as well. I am in thy debt. Not at all, I'm Sabin from the kingdom of Figaro. You should get out of here. But I must avenge my family and my countrymen. If we stick around any longer, we will have an entire regiment down our throats. There they are, this way. Oh boy, I have an ID, follow me. Excellent, yes, climb in. Sir Savin, how does one manipulate these abominations? Oh, for thou art getting to be quite a pain today. Great, now you ain't started to talk. Listen, see that lever? The one right by your hand, push it down. Sir Savin, it's a... Yeah, come on. Hey, what do you think you're doing? I can stop this monster. Sorry. Okej, let's bust our way out of here. Ja, Shadowik har hämtat en egen. En egen grej. Får ni kasta era olika grejer. Thunder beam, fire beam, ice beam. Do you really think you would get away? Back attack, metal kick. Okay, I think we should be safe now. So how do I get to Narch from here? Narch? Really the only road pass through the forest to the south, but alright, if we're going into the woods, I guess we won't be needing these hunks of scrap metal anymore. Let's get going. Cross another bridge to the east and go through the forest between the mountains to enter our next destination. Boom. Phantom Forest, Ghost och Poplium. Har vi här nya monster. Börjar direkt med Ghost. Recovery Spring, tackar. Båda här. Nej. Ja, då har vi hittat alla monster i det här. Take the northeast exit. Tåget. Train, I thought all of Thomas railways had been destroyed in the fighting. Alltså jag kommer ihåg så bits and pieces nu när jag spelar det där. Could be survivors, let's take a look inside. För med tåget kommer startas när man också går på det. Hey, looks like we can get in through here. Sir Savin, you can just wander around out here all day. We have to check inside. Sir Savin, don't worry, it won't take a second. Sir Savin. What's with this place? You must leave at once. This is the Phantom train. Toot toot. It's moving. We must get off this train at once. Okej, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 monster här. 5 kistor och 2 hidden. Och några av de här monstren är missable. The door won't open. Here we are too late. What did you say this train was? This is the Phantom train. It carries the souls of the departed to their final destination. Wait a second, you're saying this train giving us a one-way ride to the afterlife? Unless we find a way off, I'm afraid that is exactly where we will end up. Well, I'm afraid that's a trip I'm going to have to pass on. If it won't let us off, then we'll stop it ourselves. Let's make for the engine. You can recruit the ghost here to temporarily join your party. Sure. Can I have a... tell us about the train. The final train ferries the storms to depart to the other side. Once the storms arrive, they are granted a eternal rest. How to stop this thing? Stop? I'm sure there's a way. Try searching every corner of the engineer's compartment. The intent. Timetables. They are all blank. Have to make it that much content in the ones there. Oi. No, this is not just or try to stay as far away from them as humanly possible, or anything like that. Cyan, so you are afraid of machines. What gave it away? Oh, let's save points. Okay, we hit that tent. Ska... tillspöke. Ghost. Tack. Lite. Ja, den verkar bara ha attack. Här. You never know. Here's the imp status. Till nästa vagn bara. Move on. And you whisper. Angel Whisper och Cloud. No escape. You, what do you suppose that was all about? No escape. Huh? No escape. Came from over here. No escape. God, they come after us. No escape. There are more of them this way. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. No escape for you. Yeah. They just don't let up. I believe I've reached a dead end, Sir Sabin. Alright, let's do an ID. Yes. That's going to put my training to use. Come, Saiyan. Yahoo! No escape. Hey, they couldn't still be. They just don't let up. You have to detach the rear cars. It should be the end of that. Over so. Nice. Got a foot down. Food, bring everything we got. Is this train's food truly safe to eat? What they're worried about? Can't wage war on an empty stomach. Do what the will, sir. I'm sure there is no stopping the slurp. You won't stop feeling it moving. Bomb. Vi har 3 kvar. Living Dead, Appariton och Siegfried. Earring. I am Siegfried, the greatest swordsman in all the world, and the treasure belongs to me. If I were you over-muscled moose, I would grab Grandpa there and run away while you still can. Greatest windbag is more like it. You're the one who had the best beat a brave retreat. Brazen words for a man about to be spitted out on my blade like a plump and juicy pig and guard. You kids had a bed, get ready. Hiya! Det är inte mycket skada. Höll upp jet. All bark, no bite. No, it can't be, but lost laugh belongs to me. The treasure's mine. I will reward my friends. Ja, det ska vara Sigfrid. För Living Dead och Appariton kvar. And next. Angel Whisper, det är använder vi den. Ja, precis. Det är Living Dead och Appariton. Appariton ser ut typ som Angel Whisper. Måste kolla en sak. Kolla bio lite snabbt. Där finns det. Så, då har jag kollat det. Sorry for the downtime. Det var monster i den box. Appariton, det var den jag letade efter. Verkar alltid countera med lightning. Då är det bara Living Dead vi har kvar att hitta. Hyper Wrist. Phoenix down, Sniper Eye, Phoenix down. Ensures that physical attacks never miss. Ska vi hitta allt? Jag behöver fortfarande inte Living Dead. Leaving. Ja, det gjorde den. Har jag inte hittat. Jag måste hitta Living Dead. Saknar ett monster. Mm. Om vi går in i en vagn, de kanske är inomhus monster. Där, äntligen. Där dog den. Så. Då går vi. Let's move. Ja, vilket fint tält. Missade dörren. Första och det. This is the engine's compartment. We gotta find a way to stop this thing fast. Change your stop if road is quick. So you were the ones who have been slowing me down. One of the most iconic boss battles in the entire series due to being able to suplex an entire freaking train. This battle has been so memorable that numerous fans of the series even created fan art and comics of this sequence. Alright, back to the battle itself. The normal way to fight this boss is by having 7 use his Blitz Command Meteor Strike. Now the other way to defeat this boss, which takes away any challenge in this fight, is just by simply using a Phoenix Down on the Phantom Train, since it's an undead type NA, which makes it weak to any healing item. Vi slåss. Vi slåss. Throw, Shuriken, Blitz, Meteor Strike, R1, L1. Snyggt! Ja. Jag är kanske lite för överlevlade. I will let you go, but first there is something I must do. Seems we have arrived. Phew, I'm glad to be off that thing. The faster we leave the train behind, the better. Who's that? Lane? Wayne? Sam, was that your wife and son? The train is leaving. Please wait. Elaine, Wayne. No. My love, you made me so happy. Thank you. Dad, I keep practicing with my sword so I can keep mom safe. Borde käka lunch. Ja. Är det en imp eller? Ja, det var det faktiskt. Vi går hit. Jag tror vi sparar. Så får det vara bra så. Vi tar paus här. Vi tar en lunchbreak här. Lunchbreak. Så fortsätter vi efter lunch, helt enkelt. Så få äta något så syns vi på en stund. Ciao.